What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're doing well today. Got a little bit of a different video for you. Let's get into it. Okay, what we're doing today is we're going to be looking at some knives that came in from Divo. Now, all of these I've owned in one form or another. So instead of just doing a review of all of these, I thought we would just go ahead and kind of do them together, talk a little bit about them, and just give a little bit of a different perspective and thoughts and impressions on them. If you really want the dive into these and the review, I will link them along the way. Just look up in the corner for that particular video and you can jump on that one. No problems whatsoever. I don't mind. You can jump to that video at that particular time. If you don't want to lose your spot on this video, you can right click and open in a new tab. That way you can just pause it and go to it a little bit later after this particular video, and that'll give you all the details. I believe all of these have both a review and a takedown, so you can see how the knife is disassembled, etc. But I thought it'd be fun to kind of go through these. These are all either newer versions, same versions that I have, or a little bit of a different take on a version that I've had. So I'm going to go ahead and kick it off with this one first. We'll come back to these in just a second. Don't you worry. All right, so this one here, a little bit of a hard time getting into this one. I believe this one's done by QSP, but don't hold me to that. I'm not 100% sure. This is the My Little Pony Stout, which you guys know I had the blue micarta blackwash version of it, but this is the premium iteration of that one. So this one here coming into you with blackwashed titanium, coated titanium, and backspacer and scales. So I really do like this particular version. It's a little bit of an upgrade if perhaps maybe the budget version wasn't quite for you. You got a nice static wash on this blade. I think it looks really good. It's a nice combo. It's a good size. Great companion and or fifth pocket carry. It's a little small for me to be a main carry for me personally. You got a nice hollow ground sheep's foot blade, a nice spoon here with jimping, so you have a lot of positions for grip. Very aggressive jimping and access to the lock bar. I love to see that. That's really nice on there. You do have the reversible pocket clip, which Divo continues to do because, as you know, part of that team alongside of Colin is going to be Kevin from Lefty EDC. He carries left-handed, so of course he's going to try his best to make sure that everything is left-hand friendly. The action on here really snappy, from just like what I remember from the budget version. Very satisfying reverse flick, nice shake home action, very smooth. I think this is riding on factory bearings. I don't think he upgraded them. I'm having a little bit of a hard time seeing down in there. You know what? Yep, they're stamped. I can see the gold. So the gold helps me see that this is definitely more of, this is definitely the factory bearings that are in here. Now, really quick before I forget, these are a White Mountain Knives exclusive collab with Divo Knives, and they are coming in at $175. Again, for that titanium, you're getting S90V, which I can't remember where the blade steel is. That's right, it's on the backspacer. So let me show that to you if I can. So S90V blade steel marked here on the backspacer, and you're getting really nice action. Very good build quality. For me, it's it's best to kind of finger trigger pull on this one. I can't really pull all the way up because I do kind of land on the sharpening tool, so it's not going to be great for large hand individuals, but check that full review out for that. What I really want to hit on is I love the fact that this and all these knives down here are made at an extremely affordable, obtainable price for the materials that you're getting. The build quality, I love that Divo is still maintaining that to the best of their ability. I know there's some inflation and price hike and things of that nature, but I love that. I know they do them in small batches. I know it's hard to get some of the models that they release that have been very popular, and they've done their best to try to quickly bring those back, and I think they'll continue to do that as long as there's demand. Now, as of the recording of this video, This one here is still available at White Mountain Knives. Code JD4EDC will get you 10% off your purchase. So phenomenal value and a cool little companion knife that has a great utility blade shape to it, and it's going to work really well for you guys. So let me set this to the side. We'll bring it back out here in just un momento, and we're going to check this one out. So this one I haven't had in the longest time, and to be honest, I had the version 2 that had the 154 cm. I did not realize that they came out with a 14C 28N version for the very first one. Someone brought that up to my attention in a live chat the other day. This one has the black washed 154 cm. I believe this one is being manufactured by Kubi, and then you have the bronzed stone washed titanium with the all blacked out hardware. Your blade marking is on the steel here. Nice titanium backspacer. You got a steel deep carry wire pocket clip. It looks like you can see it rubbing a little bit on the titanium. That is the downfall to the wire pocket clip. The upside is it's always been, in my opinion, one of the ones that go in and out of the pocket with really good retention. I just don't like that wire clips move around like they do. That's my biggest nitpick on them. I believe this one here also riding on ceramic bearings. Feels like they're factory bearings. Looks like it. I can see a little bit of gold down in there. Factory bearings, of course. Really good detent on here. Kubi did a fantastic job. I would say this one has good access to the lock bar. Not quite as good as the Pony Stout that we just saw, but still really good. And you got a nice utility blade shape here. Sheep's foot blade, kind of a reverse Tonto sheep footy blade. I do like that hard angle here, and again, that edge on there looks really, really good. We're not going to be doing any cutting or anything with these. These are just reviews. But this one here comes off as a larger size. I'm able to comfortably get all 4 fingers on here. The jimping's in the right spot for me, and I believe it has like a shallow hollow grind. It could be a full flat, but it feels like they did a very light hollow grind on here, kind of shallow, because it feels like it gets super thin behind the edge. It also comes off very gent-ish to me, whereas the Pony Stout, it has a little bit more of an aggressive blade shape to me. It feels more utilitarian. This one here comes off a little bit more gent, a little bit more, can take it into the office, can take it out on the date, and really it's going to fit in nicely. It's going to be very discreet with that wire pocket clip too. It's not going to be as proud or pronounced in the pocket. And very nice fidget factor. Again, very nice. And this one here, I believe they're sold out at the time of this video, but I think this one also was around that $140 price point with the 154 cm in titanium versus the S90V. Great action. Continue to bring out really banging designs. And again, very competitive price points and offering, which is a reason that I think that these all sell out really quickly. So I really do like that. We'll bring that back out here in just one more second. Great design. I love that one. Now this one here is one that actually really impressed me a ton for what you're getting. So what we have in here is another version of the Divo Knives Growler, and I believe this is the V2.5, wrong side. Nope, just the V2. Okay, so the Divo Mash was 2.5. This is version 2 of the Growler. This one also being made by Kubi, and I really like this one here. First, I think that twill carbon fiber on here, or weave carbon fiber, I always say twill, but weave carbon fiber, very nice looking, especially when they add that little bit of contouring to it. It gives it a really wicked look. Very nice and upscale in my opinion. A little pop of color here on the pivot and on the backspacer. So you got the matching purple on this one. On mine, I have the blue. Again, reversible deep carry wire pocket clip. They even threw a lanyard on this one, which they did not for the other ones. So you have a little lanyard spot if you want it. You got a nice opening hole with a great detent on here. This one here has that more satin finish on it versus the belt satin finish that mine has, but I do really like that a lot. You got great access to the lock bar here, really easy to get to. That one's going to fall down to the thumbnail very easily. This one feels very well broken in. The tune on this one feels a little bit smoother on the close. So I'm trying to take a peek and I still can't see. It's so tight. if this one looks like, man, it's really hard to get an angle on there. They're tucked in there so well. But I'm going to say those are probably the factory bearings because I'm not really easily able to see if they have skiffs in here. You have relief weight reduction here. And again, this is not meant to be a full review, but my point to show you that is this one is the lightest out of the bunch. The other one being the others being all titanium, whereas this one with the carbon fiber and the skeletonized steel nested liners in here really make this one feel very light in hand. This one is my favorite ergonomically because it gives you a little bit more height, a little bit more girth, and a little bit of contouring, and it gives you a very generous forward choil with jimping all the way down the spine. This one's really my favorite in this price point, and the funny part is it's coming in 154 cm carbon fiber with all titanium hardware, and you can get them with code JD for EDC off of White Mountain Knives for $99. I believe right now these are exclusive to White Mountain Knives as well, but I believe that they're going to be branching out, offering it on their website. I believe they also give their retailers, the content creators codes for that one. Kevin, I'm still waiting for mine. But that code also will knock that price down 10%. So you can, again, I think get this right at $100, which is fantastic value for this one. My favorite out of the bunch for sure. But what I really love what Divo has done here is they've got a lot of variety in designs, materials, and options, all very competitively priced, which I think is one of the big reasons. Design and offerings and price point that helps these continue to be very hard to get. They sell out, they're small batch, they are a small company, so that is going to make, all of that is a recipe for making it difficult to get these. I'm honestly surprised that the pony stouts are still in stock, so but not surprised that these others have sold out. I think these are really good. Me personally, my favorite is the Growler, and again, that's a combination of the big cutting belly, the tall flat grind jimping ergos, and the way that it feels in hand for me is my favorite. I would call a tie between these two. I really wouldn't be able to pick one over the other, or even the full-size stout and the mash. I wouldn't be able to pick one over the other. But here's a really good look at like the difference between these. You do have a similar approach to ergos with the handle here. You got a 50 choil up front. Here you got a full 4-finger grip. The lines are a little bit different, and the shape is a little bit different on the handle, but you got that very neutral, very comfortable to use in hand while cutting and handling. And then you got a very different approach to the blade shape here, in my opinion. You got that reverse Tonto sheep's foot, and then here you got more that Warncliffe sheep's foot blade on here. Very different opening holes. So I like that they keep a little bit of their design aesthetic in there, but they are mixing it up as well. So I think that's really cool, especially the sizes and all of that. But if you like these, keep an eye out for Divo. I know they got stuff coming down the pipe. I know there's stuff that has been hard to get that they're going to also try to bring back in stock, but they want to kind of do a mix of meeting the demands for knives that are popular that they've had in stock that people really, really want, and they're also trying to do new things and continue to be innovative and not be stagnant. So they're doing the best that they can, and I know that they appreciate all the love and support, and I appreciate that they sent these along for me to check them all out. I think they're very, very cool, and some of my favorites that I've seen them come out with. What do you think about Divo? What do you think about these models? And let me know what your favorite one is down in the comments below. Shout out to watching to this point. It does help the algorithm. If you enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. Leave a comment for me as well. And a special thank you to my channel members. Guys, I love you. I thank you for that extra support. I hope you have a fantastic week. Until next time, peace.